Jai Bharat. Welcome everyone to Advait Achievers. Pranam to all of you, as at Advait Achievers we believe Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. Children, from this video we are going to begin with a new chapter, and that is locomotion and movement. So before we begin to understand, we first need to understand the terms locomotion and movement, right? See, these are two different terms, but more often they are taken as same, but they are not. To locomote is something different and to move is something different, right? So, movement is shown by animals and plants, right? But locomotion is shown by animals only. Of course, there are some exceptions. So, what we are going to understand these two terms. When I say movement, movement means what? Say I move my hand, right? Or I am touching my nose. This is a simple movement. Even if the plant, when it is standing erect, its leaves, they move, right? That is all movement. So it is just moving of the some part of the body, that is termed as movement. So all plants and animals, they show movement. Movement is shown by plants and animals, right? But when I say locomote, right? Locomote means what? Change in the position of the organism, right? That is termed as change in position of the organism. माने अगर मैं अभी यहाँ पे एक जगह पे खड़ी हूँ और मैं यहाँ पे मूव कर रही हूँ, तो ये लोकोमोट हुआ, change in the position from one spot to another or from one place to another. Now we know plants do not locomote, they show only movement. The branches हवा के साथ जो झूलती हैं, डालियाँ पत्ते, तो वो हम उसको बोल सकते हैं movement. पर locomote plants नहीं कर पाते. Yes, only locomotion is shown by animals, but there is also an exception in case of plants. क्या? जैसे unicellular plants हो गए, Chlamydomonas. It has flagella and it moves with that flagellum, right? So it is an exception which shows flagellar movement. So animals, we say locomotion is shown by animals, except plants like Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas shows flagellar movement, right? So the basic difference of the two terms, that is locomotion and movement. Movement माने एक ही जगह पे खड़े होके कोई body part या कुछ हिस्से को हिलाना, that is we call as movement, right? Which is shown by plants as well as animals. And locomotion is change in position of an organism or movement from one place to another or from one spot to another. That is termed as locomotion, right? And in that case only animals we say they locomote, but exception is there are a few plants like Chlamydomonas which show flagellar movement, right? So now let us understand the types of movements, okay? Movements, we can classify them into non-muscular movements and muscular movements, right? So first let us understand the non-muscular movements, right? See, when I say non-muscular movements, वो अपने आप में टर्म ही समझा रहा है हमें कि non-muscular, जिसमें muscles का कोई use नहीं है, right? So that non-muscular movements, we can put them up into say 4 types, okay? Let us see that. Types of movements. So, say the first type, say that is called as protoplasmic movement. Protoplasmic movement. What does this mean? What is protoplasmic movement? इसका एग्जाम्पल हम क्या ले सकते हैं? तो we can take here the example to be say cyclosis. Say cyclosis. Cyclosis माने क्या? It is the cytoplasm which is moving in a circular form. Cytoplasm जो है वो सेल के अंदर ऐसे circular form में घूम रहा है. क्यों? To distribute the substances properly, right? So that is termed as cyclosis. Cytoplasm moving in a circular form. Cytoplasm moving in circular form for distribution of substances, right? So that is termed as cyclosis, and it is a protoplasmic movement. The second type of movement which is non-muscular, जिसमें muscles का use नहीं है, and that is pseudopodial movement. Pseudopodial movement. Now we are aware about pseudopodia. हाँ, ये टर्म हम कहाँ पढ़े हैं, कहाँ सुना है इसके बारे में? अमीबा, राइट? अमीबा शोज सूडोपोडियल मूवमेंट, दैट इज वो मूव करने के लिए सूडोपोडिया फॉल्स लेग्स क्रिएट करती है ना, एंड इट ट्राइज टू मूव. सो हियर यू कैन रिमेंबर दी अंडर सूडोपोडियल मूवमेंट वी कैन कीप इन माइंड अमीबा. Amoeba shows pseudopodial movement. All right. The next non-muscular movement, right? That is flagellar movement. Flagellar movement. Now, flagellar movement also we just discussed few minutes back, like Chlamydomonas, the organisms which use flagella to move, right? So that is termed as flagellar movement, and in a similar manner, like there are cilia, right? So that is termed as ciliated movement. So that is termed as ciliated movement. The movement done with the help of cilia. So first we discussed the non-muscular movements, and under that we have discussed the four types: protoplasmic movement, pseudopodial movement, flagellar movement, and ciliated movement. The second type of movement that we have to understand is called as muscular movement. Okay, it is called muscular movement, and this muscular movement takes place with the help of contraction of muscles. So muscular movement with contraction of muscles. And in this chapter we are going to understand these muscular movement in detail. In case of say the human physiology, right? How does this muscular movement takes place? We are going to understand that in quite a detail, right? So these are the types of movements, right? Now let us see the lower organisms, that is how do invertebrates they show movement, right? So let us discuss a few examples about it. So okay. So let us now talk about the movement in some invertebrates. Movement in some invertebrates. Right? So we will be taking a look at a few examples and trying to understand कि वो कैसे move करते हैं, right? So let us take our first example, and the first example we take is say Hydra. All of you know Hydra is a coelenterate, right? It is a coelenterate animal. So does it have any special muscles and all that to move? Right? Remember, Hydra has no special muscle fibers. Right? There are no special muscle fibers. It has processes, muscle processes. मसल प्रोसेसेस और फाइबर्स, फाइबर्स जो हैं वो वेल फॉर्म्ड होते हैं, प्रोसेसेस हैं वो स्ट्रैंड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स जिसको हम समझ सकते हैं. अंडरस्टूड? सो हाइड्रा हैज नो स्पेशल मसल फाइबर्स, नो स्पेशल मसल फाइबर्स. राइट? तो फिर वो मूव कैसे करेगी? It has longitudinal muscle processes and circular muscle processes. Okay? Has longitudinal muscle processes and circular muscle processes. Right? And both these muscle processes which are there, they help it in the movement. And what are they? They are extensions of specialized epidermal cells. These muscle processes, right, they are actually not muscle fibers, but what are they? They are extension of specialized extension of specialized proper muscle. Again I am repeating, it doesn't have proper muscle fibers, but these are extensions, okay, of the specialized epidermal cells. Remember this. Again we repeat, the longitudinal muscle processes and circular muscle processes are extensions of specialized epidermal cells. Right? So, with the help of these, it is showing movement. Now, what type of movements does Hydra show? Right? So, Hydra shows movement in, say, 4 different ways. कैसे? So first is called as somersaulting. So we write as somersault. Okay? अभी somersault क्या होता है? Hydra we know as such it remains attached to a substratum, है ना? Substratum से attached रहती है. तो थोड़ा draw करके भी समझते हैं, you'll get it better. से अगर this is the body of the Hydra, it remains, say, attached to the substratum and it has these tentacles. Correct? Such is the body of Hydra, simply to understand. Okay. So how does this somersault work? Now this Hydra, we know that it stands erect like this, right? So it is going to bend down. Say these are its tentacles, correct? So it is going to bend down and make its tentacles touch the substratum. So what is going to happen in the next step? We see that it is trying to bend down. So now this Hydra is trying to bend down and is attached to the substratum through the tentacles. फिर क्या होगा? पूरा ही ऐसे, अब वो ऐसे थी, नीचे मुड़ी है, अब वापस खड़ी हो जाएगी, पर कैसे? उल्टा हो जाएगा. From here, from its other end, it will get up. So in the next step you see that it is become inverted. Like this, it becomes inverted, right? And then somersault. Somersault माने पूरा ही गोल घूमना. That is termed as somersaulting. Okay? तो अब ये अभी इस तरफ घूमी थी, ठीक है? ये ऊपर आ गया. Understood? This part has come up. Now what is going to happen? It is going to again bend down, right? So now in the next step, what is going to happen? अब ये part नीचे घूमेगा, है ना? पहले ये ऊपर वाला हिस्सा था जो उसका माउथ वाला पार्ट है, टेंटेकल्स यहाँ पे वो नीचे घूमा और बॉडी पूरा इन्वर्टेड हो गया। अब क्या हो गया, अब ये वाला हिस्सा नीचे गिरेगा, राइट। सो ऐसे the tentacles will be here like this, understood? It will remain attached to the substrate and then अब ये सीधा हो जाएगा, so it will become erect again like this, right? So because it is taking a whole circular turn, round पूरा, तो इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं somersault। दूसरा चीज है loop movement। The second type of movement it shows is loop movement। Loop movement is also done in similar way only, पर यहाँ पे जैसे उसने पूरा गोल ऐसे चक्कर घूमा है, ये ऐसे नहीं होगा। Standing, it will form, move down with the help of tentacles. It is going to touch the substratum, get inverted again, then the same thing will be happening again. So that is वो loops बनाएगा, ठीक है, and that is called as loop movement, right? The next movement it shows is called walking। ले, अब इसके तो पैर भी नहीं है, तो ये चलेगा कैसे? How is it gonna walk? Yes, it is going to walk with the help of tentacles। कि जैसे ये ऐसे उल्टा गिरा है, ठीक है, then with the help of the tentacles it is going to move like this, right? So with the help of tentacles it's gonna walk. So walking with the help of tentacles, right? Okay, and the fourth type of movement which Hydra shows, so D, right, and that is termed as floating. How it is gonna float? Now Hydra creates a gas bubble, okay, and with the help of that bubble it keeps floating in water, right? So with the help of bubbles, right? So this is how, see, Hydra shows movement. So this was one example we discussed. Next, let us talk about earthworm. Our second example that we will take, right, that's gonna be, say, earthworm. We have discussed earthworm in detail in structural organization in animals. So we know that the earthworm has what? Longitudinal and circular muscles which contract and help it to move, correct? और उसके पास special structures है जिसकी वजह से वो move करता है, those are called as setae. So what does earthworm have? Longitudinal and circular muscles, they contract. Longitudinal and circular muscles contract, right, and help it to move, and they have special structures which are called as setae, correct? So we have discussed this in detail in case of earthworm in that chapter. So they have these special structures with the help of which they move. The next example we can take is also an annelid, and that is, say, leech, right? How is leech gonna move? Of course it also has these longitudinal and circular muscles, पर उसके पास suckers है जिसकी मदद से वो move करता है, right? So here also we will say longitudinal and circular muscles. उसका contraction तो help करता ही है movement में, पर साथ ही साथ उसके पास वो क्या है? Suckers. That also it is like it. The suckers help it to hold to the say the animal on which it has been placed, correct? So suckers, right? So that was leech. Another example in case of invertebrate we can take is that of starfish. Starfish is an echinoderm, and we have learnt during the classification of animals that these echinoderms, they have specialized water vascular system with the help of which they move. So what do they have? They have water vascular system, or we call it is the ambulacral system, or it is, in other words, it is called ambulacral system, right? So these are a few examples that we have discussed in case of invertebrates as to how do they show movements. Hope children you have followed. Thank you. Jai Bharat.